Welcome to the Happiness Matters podcast, where we'll explore happiness at work and show you how to coach yourself to be happier there and more successful too, no matter what.
Welcome everyone, I'm Julia Seal, and today is our Q&A session to follow the previous episode. This is something we'll be doing regularly to give you the opportunity to ask questions and share your insights as you go through each week's material and learn to coach yourself to happiness and success at work. So firstly, we're going to do a quick recap, looking at the topics we discussed last week, the coaching questions from the session, and we'll take a quick look at the coaching tool and the 8-step process. Then we'll answer questions you've sent us and discuss examples from others who are working through the material. Please post your questions on our Facebook page or in our Facebook coaching group, Happiness-Matters.coach. So episode 1.1, How happy at work are you really? Let's start by reviewing the topics we discussed last week. We started the whole of Series 1, Defining and Assessing, with doing just this. Defining and assessing how happy you are right now, how happy and successful at work you are right now. In the session, we discover how to practically and usefully assess your happiness and success at work, not only by asking the question, how happy at work are you really? But by introducing a coaching tool to help you, the Happiness Ladder. And in learning how to use the Happiness Ladder, you can access the knowledge and insight on happiness assessment from Dr. Cantrell, Gallup, and the United Nations Annual World Happiness Report. Then we explore how we've defined happiness through history and across culture to see what we can learn from a variety of sources. From the double happy Chinese character, emojis, and the Greek word eudaimonia, to Hello Kitty, Al-Ghazali, and Aristotle. And lastly, we take a sneak peek at how the world's business authorities define happiness at work. And we discover a lot of acronyms. Q12, PERK, PERMA, and SPIRE, just to get you started. It's quite fun, a real mouthful, but they do point us in the direction of things like purpose, kindness, emotional well-being, and one I find particularly fascinating, a best friend at work. Oh, why did we cover this material? We capture a snapshot of where you are, what's top of mind for you in defining your happiness at work. We can then use this awareness to spark our thinking and creativity, supplemented by what's been going on in the world around us over the last 2,500 years. This starts you on a path to defining and refining what success and happiness at work actually mean to you, in detail and exactly. Now let's have a quick look at the coaching tool I introduced, the Happiness Ladder. This is a tool you can use to do a once-off assessment to assess your in-the-moment happiness. Or you can use it as a powerful way to dig into what you call happiness and why you define it the way you do. Or you can use it very powerfully as a navigation guide, an everyday flagging system to guide your happiness. I've created an 8-step process for you to follow. It is easy. The first question starts with the date, so there's nothing too onerous. And we visualize a number out of 10 where you feel you are in your happiness and place you on the happiness ladder. And then we start asking why. What this does is it brings you into the moment of now to find out exactly what you're doing, thinking, and feeling right now. It starts connecting you to a physical and emotional sense of what you call happy and unhappy at work. And it starts giving you insight into what affects your happiness, what takes you up and down the ladder. Remember, you can download it from our website at Happiness-Matters.coach. Let's review the coaching questions from episode 1.1. What contribution do these ideas bring to your sense of happiness at work? How do these views help you think about your ladder? Would you make any further adjustments? And what's at the top, at the bottom, or on each rung? And how are you defining happiness and success at work now? Why not even go back and listen to episode 1.1 and see how these questions have evolved for you? It's amazing how sitting with these questions for a week can shift your answers. To give you an example of the application of this work, I'll share a discussion I had with a client of mine recently. She said to me, "Julia, I just cannot find my happy place. I just cannot find happy." This was a source of distress for her. And it might be for you too. When we ask ourselves this very question, how happy am I? Or rather, how happy am I really? It will spark various thoughts and feelings. We might realize we're not as happy as we'd like to be, or that we're not as happy as we think we should be, or that we're spending a lot of our day doing things or being with people that sees us going down the happiness ladder. Some of us, all day, every day. Or even that our idea of happiness is not rooted in anything that we're doing today. My client was concerned because she realized that she wasn't where she wanted to be on the happiness ladder, and she felt despondent that she couldn't quickly find her way to her happy place. Now, this is not a client in crisis, but rather someone who is living her life doing what she thinks and believes will make her happy, and then through the assessment realizes she's not that happy. We tend to describe ourselves as either happy or unhappy, especially at work. Something someone said is bothering us, and we forget how much our work day we do enjoy. Or, when we're deeply enjoying the task at hand, the small niggles often do disappear. So this is exactly what we're doing here in using the happiness ladder to assess and define and refine our own definitions of happiness. This was exactly the effect I want to see when I offered you this coaching tool. As I said earlier, you can use this tool as a once-off assessment, and you can use it as a powerful way to dig into why you define happiness in a particular way. And you can use it as an everyday guide to your happiness to adjust yourself in the moment. Let's take my client's situation. By checking in with herself once, she could get the sense that she's not happy. "I can't find my happy place, Julia," but with no real insight as to what that meant. By checking in with herself once every day, she could start to see the themes in her life that contribute to her happiness and success at work, and those that do not. Time with her child, a friendly boss, challenging work tasks, a confrontational colleague. By checking in with herself regularly throughout the day, she could start to see how the themes played out in the moment and how she could adjust their impact down or up the happiness ladder. More regular sessions with her boss, managing her nerves around confrontation, and creating a play hour with her child every day. She can use this for the more subtle shifts that she can create around coaching herself in the moment. How is my back feeling on this chair and in this patch of sun? How is the hum of background chatter in the office helping me concentrate? It's a powerful coaching tool for you for sure. I really hope you enjoy using it. So it's this finding your happy place and your unhappy place, really understanding your own definition and where you consider yourself to be today. It's the very reason I've started our coaching journey on this podcast with defining and assessing. If you have any more questions, join our coaching group. You can also find us on Instagram. Follow us on Happiness-Matters.coach. Why not post your pictures of what takes you up on the happiness ladder? I've got some of my own there already. We look forward to seeing you. I want to end today's episode with a quote as you consider your happiness and success at work this week. It's from David Hume, the Scottish Enlightenment philosopher in the 1700s. The great end of all human industry is the attainment of happiness. For this were arts invented, sciences cultivated, laws ordained, and societies modelled. There really is no better time to do this work together. See you in our next episode 1.2, Your Happiness, Snakes and Ladders Journey. Bye for now from Cape Town, where winter is definitely taking hold, with our first big storm howling outside and me under a blanket.
Thanks for joining us on this Happiness Matters podcast. Do join us again here next week on Tuesday. You can subscribe to this series at Apple Podcasts on iTunes, or you can sign up for it on our website, Happiness-Matters.coach. That's Happiness-Matters.coach. COACH. Also, you can join our conversation on Facebook by following us there. Our Facebook page is also Happiness-Matters.coach.